вызову полиции. Срача не буду. Грустно. Грустно, когда никто не срется. Нахуй тогда. Не, мы смотрим у нее только выпуски, в которых срачельник происходит. Это нам нравится. Вафельки. Yes. Короче, он будет писать компаниям, чтобы они говорили, сколько, типа, ему надо будет сожрать их продукции.
Today is day number 1. For the next 7 days, I'm not just gonna find out how many of the world's biggest food companies will reply to my DMs.
До этого он по фастфудам гонял.
I'm gonna see for myself which ones will challenge a guy like me to eat insane meals.
Reply with a pizza emoji and I'll eat every DiGiorno pizza my grocery store has in stock.
I can tell you, these companies read these messages.
Pick a number between 10 and 20. Whatever you
Бля,
choose
есть
will be
вайбы,
how many
знаете, когда
bowls of your
Вова
cereal I got
писал
eaten.
Because I
брендом.
did a challenge like this earlier this year with fast food companies, and while I got some pretty big meals,
I once ate a 25,000 calorie bowl of Cheetos and it was
Ключи
the most
просто...
miserable,
Не, про срочников мне не интересно смотреть.
marvelous
В еде
experience of my
именно.
life. Double tap this message.
Спасибо.
just
Миссинори,
based on how
спасибо.
many calories were in the first meal of this week's challenge, I had a feeling that the next 7 days were gonna be even crazier.
How many
Вам
cans do you think
субтитры
I should
нужны?
eat? Hope you'll reply to this. I'm a huge fan of your
Let's get cracking.
Ёб твою
To
мать.
fully complete this challenge, I have to follow 3 important
Ёб
rules.
твою мать.
Rule number 1, I can only eat what food companies tell me I can eat. Rule number 2 is where it's gonna get interesting. Because I have to finish each challenge I get.
There's so many nuts.
Без калорий. Он пишет брендом, говорит, вот смотрите, мне надо съесть 10 или там 20 банок ваших, или там скажите, сколько банок ваших орехов мне надо, например, съесть. Скажите там, сколько печенья Орео мне надо съесть, 100 или 200. И он это будет все жрать. И он так писал каждому бренду, типа, если вы скажете, я съем каждую пиццу из вашего ассортимента, который будет в магазине.
Same day, I get it. If I fail to finish each food challenge or food
То самое
challenges
только на английском,
before midnight,
по-моему.
then I have to double the
Да.
next challenge I get.
Most amount of nuts eaten in one sitting. Okay, I'm just gonna pretend like I didn't see that.
The final rule is the most important one.
This bowl of nuts is never ending.
Because this challenge is only
Я в ногашке
clean.
уже. А у всех есть вайб просраться жестко после орехов, блядь. У меня каждый раз, когда я сожру, блядь, какой-нибудь ебучий сникерс, который с орехами, мне так срать хочется безбожно просто, блядь. Просто ужас. Ну, он вкусный, пиздец, я очень люблю сникерс, но каждый раз, когда я его съедаю, у меня начинает крутить чуть-чуть желудок, и я начинаю хотеть покакать. Я после пикника тоже. Да. Кукуруза. Не, кукуруза в меня как заходит, она так и выходит. Вот как зашли в меня зернышки, они из меня так и вышли. Это вообще пиздец. Оно, блядь, не перемалывается абсолютно. Это, знаешь, если я тщательно не прожую кукурузинку, а проглочу ее целиком, она выйдет в исходном состоянии. Можно, ну, ее буквально можно помыть и есть заново, блядь. Обратно пустить в обиход.
If every challenge I get is finished before the 7 days are up. Just based on how I felt only 20 minutes into the first challenge, I could tell this
Бля,
week
к
was
слову,
gonna get crazy.
у бедолаги последний ролик выходил где-то месяца 2 или 3 назад. Вот представьте, сколько он после прошлого ролика просто переваривал все это и восстанавливался. Пиздец.
I gotta admit, I underestimated this challenge, but fortunately, the day is still young.
Had I known how much sodium I was about to get bombarded with over the next few days, I would have at least tried to enjoy this cold, sweet chocolate milk way more than I actually
О, Chocolate milk.
We're back in business.
did.
Обожаю
With a little
chocolate
less than 4
milk.
hours left until midnight. My strategy was to use the sweetness of the chocolate milk to get down the rest of the nuts.
There is 60 grams of protein in one of these cans.
And even though I felt like I just put my jaw
А,
through the workout of a lifetime,
вы же калории, кстати, не видите. Подождите. Я сейчас перееду вниз. Вы же калории не видите. 3 месяца восстанавливается после этого. И желудок в форму приводит.
only a few minutes later, I saw the light at the end of the tunnel.
I finally see the bottom.
Before this challenge, I was a lover of all nuts. Peanuts, cashews.
Бля, мне, кстати, кажется, что я банально бы именно устала их есть. Типа, была бы проблема не в том, что я обожралась вот этими орехами, а проблема в том, что у меня бы просто челюсть, блядь, в отказ пошла. Это пиздец.
Almonds, you name it. But after the last few hours, let's just say I had a change of heart.
There's gonna be a long time before I'm gonna be able to look at another handful of nuts the same. Other than my
Я
own,
в
of
сутки
course.
5 какой как набираю. Нихуя себе, а чё так много?
I just want to let you guys know something very important. Do not attempt anything you're about to witness me do yourselves. I am a trained professional.
Это
Today is
факт.
going to be a very long day.
Кстати, правильно то, что он говорит, то, что не делайте так, как делаю я, потому что я, блядь, в этом уже натренированный, блядь. Сколько у него видосов-то таких уже? Он ел на какую-то диету на 20 тысяч или на 30 тысяч калорий, по-моему, в день. Хайп-сундук открываем, что же там? Нихуя смайлик прикольный. Это наггетс! Это наггетс, блядь, в этом смайлике.
Red Baron.
What did I even send to them? Domino's challenged me to eat 10 of their pizzas a few months ago. Think I can eat 11?
Жаль, временный. Угу. Ох, ебать, 15 пицц с Доминос.
Today is going to get
А,
pretty
Red
cheesy.
Run
As soon
какой-то.
as I got home, I realized that the hardest part of this challenge wasn't just how much pizza I was gonna have to eat, it was the time I was gonna have to eat it in. Cooking 15 frozen pizzas was gonna take a long time. But after getting halfway through, I got a completely unexpected surprise in my inbox.
Why would they want my address? Is it weird to give a company your address?
I wasn't really sure what Red Baron was gonna send me, so I sent them my P.O. Box address.
Блять, она еще сгорела. Он не вре... А, точно, это временные, там захайповоз другие.
The good news is, I've been cooking pizza
Там
for so
какие-то
long that I'm
эксклюзивные.
actually hungry again. The bad news is, it's almost 5 p.m. and I have 15 pizzas to eat.
Getting these pizzas down in a little under 7 hours was gonna be nearly impossible. But with how delicious the first pizza tasted, I began to think that maybe time wasn't gonna be an issue after all.
Как он форму... Так он ебашит в зале,
is
пиздец.
down.
I started on the classic pepperoni pizza next.
Red Baron.
Вот, кстати, есть и плюс, и минус вот таких замороженных пиц. Плюс, во-первых, они вкусные, пиздец. Ну, их достаточно быстро сделать, если надо быстро калории въебашить. Ну, я так и жрала вот эти пиццы. Минус, после приготовления вот эта вот основа, она становится очень жесткой достаточно. Царапаю себе небо, а небо у меня очень сильно чувствительное, и это пиздец. Потом очень больно кушать что-нибудь. У меня постоянно десны и небо поцарапаны от этой корочки ебучей.
And after getting through half, I was even more confident, until I looked up and mentally processed how much pizza was actually on my table.
Comment below what your favorite pizza topping is. I'm asking that even though we all know pineapple is the worst.
I got into the Mexican-style pizza next, which was
За что, блядь, он пиццу с ананасами булит? Что значит pineapple пицца из ворс, блядь? За что, блядь?
my new favorite. I made sure to enjoy it as much as I could because what I had to eat next, I wasn't looking forward to. Honestly, I can tolerate burnt pizza.
Ой.
Fitting this piece of burnt pizza in my mouth.
Ой, бля.
That's literally fire.
But when you're trying to eat 15 pizzas in less than half a day, there's one thing the body isn't so good at tolerating. Lactose.
Ай.
I'm eating already. That is not good.
And with only a few hours left in the day, I knew getting another DM and having another challenge to finish would mean an instant fail.
What's also not good is it feels like World War VII is going on in my stomach right now.
Ой.
Just forget I just said that.
My number one priority was to get these pizzas down as quickly as possible. But the only way I was going to be able to do that was to fix whatever was going on in my stomach before it was too late.
I got to admit, it'd be very foolish for me to continue on.
Мне
without
кажется,
doing
я бы на его
something that I
месте
should've done
просто на
before the
толчке
start of
ну,
this
сидела и
At
ела.
first, this was the standard mid-food challenge grocery store trip, until I realized I was literally walking around in public with a shirt that said professional idiot on it. My only hope at finishing these pizzas was lying in the hands of this Laptade.
About to find out how fast that
Иначе это был бы пиздец.
back in business. Hopefully. I might need some extra help.
With only a few hours left and my stomach fighting back in this battle between me and Red Baron, it was
Мне
pretty
его
clear that
жалко,
I was
блядь.
losing big time.
Я уже плохо стало такого количества. Его и так
So much so that I
хуёво.
decided to bring some additional exasperation to the party to avoid flavor fatigue as much as possible.
I choose you.
This stick also came in quite handy too. Pizza number 6 was the deep dish pepperoni flavor. I was actually a big fan of the taste, but the one I had next, I was the least excited
Мне кажется,
about,
изи, если
for
кушать
obvious
просто без
reasons.
всего, это мучительно.
I burned some pizzas in my life, but that,
возможно.
my friends and family, is absolutely hideous.
My only hope at saving this pathetic
Бля, я бы на его месте, не знаю, я бы просто складывала 2 кусочка пиццы вот так вот, блядь, и ела. Так было бы быстрее.
excuse for a pizza was to use
По
some garlic
ощущениям.
ranch.
Okay. It's been saved.
И соусом еще внутри
As I
промазывать.
got into pizza number 7, I was finally picking up momentum again.
Нихуя не понимаю, что он пиздит, но выглядит интересно. Да тебе буквально хватит того, что ты будешь сидеть и смотреть на то, как он жрет. А мы будем просто все дружно охуевать от того, сколько он жрет.
Stay in shape, and I'm gonna give you all my secret right now. Are you ready for it? This is how I cut carbs.
But unfortunately, that momentum was short-lived.
Well, everyone, I've made it halfway through.
Солнышко, у
That's
меня
about the
нет
only
ссылок
thing
в
I have
чате.
going for me, because right now I feel like I'm swimming through an ocean of pizza. Oh my goodness, there's so much pizza, man.
Once I finished pizza number 8,
Go on, pizza. Get over here.
I knew that if I had any chance at finishing these before midnight, my stomach was gonna need a timeout.
I have a little bit less than 4.5 hours until midnight, so I'm gonna take a little break and go lay on the couch like a beach wet.
Как он еще коньки, посмотри, блядь, на него. Бля,
Midnight, so I'm gonna take a little break and go lay on the couch like a beach wet.
посмотри на это пузо. Охуеть, блядь.
There's a lot of pizza in here. Get something. All right.
Это что-то то,
I
что
had a 38
качок,
stomach
по
before I
сути.
started this challenge. Let's see where I'm gonna be at now. There's no way. I think I should eat 150 or 200 of your donut rolls.
Варианте if your favorite treat, some moderation is best, always check the... Чё?
Thanks in 10 minutes, but I don't really believe in serving sizes.
With 6.5 pizzas left, the flavor fatigue was unbearable.
I'm gonna need something
Я
stronger.
так быстро съел острый достер.
But
Приятного
thanks to some
покака
wild
завтра.
sauce, my taste buds were once again reignited. Now it was going to come down to stomach capacity, which I was quickly running out of.
I feel like my blood type is mozzarella. Oh, I am absolutely disgusted with myself right now.
My blood type из моцарелла. Как же он будет срать потом?
38 inches.
Да мне бы на утро уже плохо было.
Can't believe I just sent that to the world. An extra 4 inches on my waist in just 2 days. Holy shit.
Сука, он
This is
еле
typically where I'd go have
дышит.
some ice cream or do something to counteract all the salt I'd just eaten. But since one of the rules is I could only eat
Ой,
what companies tell me to eat, that
Мужику в 10 булдаков X3 залпом. Ой, бля, ты чё, он погибнет?
was completely out of the question.
Я тогда еще полгода, блядь, его видосов не увижу.
Don't knock it till you've tried it, ladies and gentlemen.
Куда
After seeing
мед?
honey on pizza a few times over the years,
Oh my goodness.
I couldn't think of a better opportunity to try it.
Так
The
же,
honey woke
но
my
он
taste buds up like a
натренированный в
double
этом
shot of
плане.
espresso on a Monday morning. But as I finished
У него
pizza
контент
number
на это
11, my body was
построен.
clearly fighting back. And with less than an hour and a half
У
until
него потом
midnight, I
жесткий
knew this was
детокс
gonna be close.
происходит.
Oh man, I am not doing very well right now. Oh my goodness, I hate pizza so much right now.
After an hour of digestion time, I was going to give these last 3 pizzas everything I had.
It's time for one final push. Actually, this isn't the
А
final
так он не
push.
успеет, по времени у него 11 минут
Midnight was a
осталось.
little over 10 minutes away, and no amount of honey or sweetness was going to fix the gastrointestinal nightmare that was going on in my stomach.
I have a not so good headache right now. It's clearly your body.
Просто не забывайте о том, что типа вот сейчас он жрет там условно 15 пиц, да, на 16 тысяч калорий. А, а днем ранее он сожрал 10 банок орехов микса, еще где-то на 17 тысяч калорий.
Trying to tell you to stop feeding it 17.
Как у него, блядь, желудок успевает эту хуйню всю переварить, я не
I was able
понимаю.
to slowly work my way through pizza number 11, but unfortunately the possibility
А либо он после видосов жесткая булимичка, скорее всего, блядь, в конце дня.
of failure was now becoming a reality. When the one pizza I was in love with only a few hours ago tasted like sadness wrapped in melted cheese, I knew that this was officially over.
Они у него еще и остывшие
And I failed to finish all of the pizzas, which means the next
брендов, условно. Типа в первый день еще окей, дальше все тяжелее и тяжелее. У тебя прошлая пища, она не успеет перевариться чисто физически по ощущениям.
Which is why when I saw what challenge popped up
Либо он
next,
срет как буйвол, я не знаю.
How many jars do you think I can eat?
I wasn't very happy. But what showed up later took me by complete surprise. For the second time in a row, I was going to be getting something from a company.
Choose my next snack. Should I eat 50 or 100 Hot Pockets?
Red Baron's message from the day before was a bit more vague, and I wasn't quite sure if they were going to send me food or something else. The message I got from Hot Pockets, however, seemed a little bit different.
Sounds good. Here's my address.
Since it was pretty clear that Hot Pockets was going to be sending me food, I gave them my home address.
All I can say is I hope they don't send the pepperoni pizza flavor.
I'm so over pizza right now.
I sat down to try and finish as much of the leftover pizza as I possibly could. But after getting through only 2 slices, the salt was already
Блять,
extreme.
он еще и на следующий день это
Comment down
доедает.
below, are you team cold pizza or are you team hot pizza? Right now, I'm team no pizza.
My goal was to finish off the
Hot
leftover
pizza, hot
and
pizza,
then
yes.
move on to the next challenge of the day. But with just 1 pizza left, I decided to save it and move on to the Skippy challenge anyway.
I'm heading back to the store.
Смотрел только
I
что
went
в
back to the
туалет сидеть,
nearest
там
grocery store, aka.
хлеба будет, пока не
I was struck
почистишь.
by a rather pleasant-looking
Хуёво, возможно,
This
да?
birthday cake reminded me of something that every man over 30 hates being reminded of. My birthday was just 2 weeks away. I didn't really think much of it until my gaze fell upon this marvelous wall of Pop-Tarts. And when I saw the confetti cupcake flavor, I remembered
Бля,
where I spent an
Pop-Tarты
entire morning
вкусная
trying to get my hands
штука.
on only a few weeks before this. It all started when I opened up IG and saw that
Я
Pop-Tarts
пробовала
had
эту
dropped a
штуку,
rare,
это очень
extremely limited
вкусная
edition item big
печенька.
enough to feed 73
Бля, эту
business in
штуку.
Chicago. This item is called the party pastry. Now, as someone that's pretty experienced in eating
Я в
oversized
дьюти-фришке
foods,
такую
when I saw
штуку
that a bunch of people
брала.
had gotten their hands on something this epic before me, I'm not gonna lie, I felt a little left out.
Там печенька, слой шоколада, печенька и сверху еще какая-нибудь штука, блядь. Надеюсь, он хорошо заработает. Слушай, он нормально, у него просмотры пиздец еще.
So I
Че купать с разными вкусами. Бля, я помню, только банановый пробовала, если не ошибаюсь. Банановый, ну и классический.
went on Pop-Tart's website and tried to order one for myself, and I saw this. I hadn't felt FOMO this bad since I was 10 years old standing in line for hours.
Я
at the
после
midnight
стрима
release of the
посмотрю в
fifth Harry
телеге.
Potter book. I was just a few feet from the register when I heard the 3 words no young Harry Potter superfan should ever hear. We're sold out. All of my friends talked about it for the next week. Me, I plugged my ears and pretended like I didn't care. But in reality, missing out on the novelty of something new is coming. If I was gonna find out though, I was probably gonna need to fix my first message to them.
Double
Choco
tap
Best
this if
manga.
you think I should eat 50 Pop-Tarts in 5 minutes. I promise I won't fail. I always finish on time.
I'd like my birthday cake to be your giant Pop-Tart. I know it's sold out. Any chance I could buy a leftover one so I can eat it in my next video. Now all that was left for me to do was wait. Oh, and eat 2 jars of Skippy.
Ох, блядь.
Apparently I got a package. I plan on grabbing the package after I was done with the next meal. It was time to get to work on the peanut butter.
Бурцки от пиццы с соусом
As soon as I took
чили.
my first
Да.
bite, I got some pretty crazy flashbacks of me eating that giant bowl of nuts from day one.
Бля, мне, кстати, интересно, а что сложнее сожрать? Вот столько орехов, которые он съел, или арахисовую пасту? Потому что в чистом виде арахисовую пасту жрать очень тяжело, просто из-за консистенции. Я также арахисовую пасту, ем просто ложкой. Пиздец. У нее просто такая вязкая текстура, она прилипает, ее хуй проглотишь еще нормально. Я ее только чаем могу запивать. Вяжет рот пиздец. Да. Я вообще пасту, ну, типа, если покупаю арахисовую пасту, я делаю себе сэндвичи, там, тостовый хлебушек, арахисовая паста, сверху какой-нибудь банан, например. Можно еще какой-нибудь клубничный джем добавить, тоже имба. Либо с нутеллой разбавить, тоже вкусно. Орешки в зубах можно застревать, тоже неудобно. Да. Что, блядь, одна банка арахисовой пасты — это 4000 калорий? Нихуя себе, блядь. Бля, боюсь представить, сколько там жиров. Ёбаный сыр.
That detour was to grab my package at the UPS store, which I figured could only be from Red Baron. After I did that, I decided it was time for a sugary beverage.
This has nothing to do with the video.
Сколько ж там, блядь, жиров.
I love that. Okay, I need to eat there sometime. Alright, I just want to clarify that one of the most important rules of this challenge is that I can only eat what food companies tell me to eat. I can drink whatever I want to drink. Can I just get the sugariest drink you guys have on the menu?
After seeing this really cool license plate,
I want one of those. Oh, thank you very much.
I got this really cool looking beverage called the Summer Skies drink. This tasted like it had every kind of berry mixed inside of it.
Oh man.
А у нас такой
Which
нету.
honestly made me a little less disgusted with myself.
Ты, думаю, сахаров
That is until
поснимала.
I started shoving down spoonfuls of peanut.
Есть арахисовая паста, которая без сахара. То есть там исключительно орехи. И поверь, там, блядь, калорий хватит только от орехов.
Butter once again, only a few minutes later. But thankfully though, I was able to finish off the second jar of Skippy.
Second jar is down. I actually kind of lucked out there. Could have been a lot more. Alright, this was completely unexpected.
Пиздец. 7000 калорий просто, считайте, вбахал в себя. Бля, я так удивляюсь, как будто он до этого не сожрал на 16 тысяч калорий. В чем суть челленджа? Он пишет разным производителям всяких приколов, там пицца, всякие пончики, Орео, например, и спрашивает у них, типа, сколько вот этой позиции мне надо сожрать? Типа, выберите 100 или 50. И ему пишет, ну давай, ебани 100. Я такой, ну ладно, ему надо за день вот это все сожрать.
I think I know why I woke up with no DMs this morning.
It's because I have my spam filter on.
That was a really dumb joke. Time to eat some spam.
Бля, я очень часто в сериалах и фильмах вижу американских вот такие вот приколы вот с ветчиной. Оно так неаппетитно выглядит. Вот в таких банках у них часто ветчина, блядь, продается. Она такая неаппетитная, прям фу, бля.
Like 10,000 calories of it.
Being fully honest, I wasn't
Сколько,
super
блядь?
excited about this one, mainly because I've never had spam before.
Вкусно было? Да.
Cheers.
But after the first bite,
That was not bad.
I was not only taken back by how tasty it was, but how
Смотрите,
salty it
блядь.
was.
First container of spam is down.
Что, блядь? Это в одной банке 7000 калорий?
That was.
Turns out that each container of spam has roughly 3,000 milligrams of sodium per can.
That has consumed 1.5 days worth of salt.
There was no way around it. I just had to keep eating.
Hot and spicy
Да и
flavor.
интересно, сколько ему
And I also
осталось
had to hope
жить.
no other challenges showed up.
Not bad.
It was right about here where I realized that eating spam straight up was just not going to cut it. I was going to need to innovate a little bit.
No, I'm gonna
У него
do
было
what
6...
we're gonna do
А,
with some
точно.
spam
А,
pizza.
он же сожрал еще 2 банки арахисовой пасты, точно, я вспомнила.
At first, using spam as a pizza topping sounded like a solid plan,
Ёб твою мать.
Alright, this is not going very well.
until I remembered that frozen pizzas have equally as much sodium as a can of spam.
Well, the good news is our pizza's down. I feel like I just dumped a bottle of soy sauce on my tongue. I'm gonna be calling it quits for right now because
У меня мама, я так же питаюсь.
As I took my dog Apollo for a walk, I knew there was no way people just ate spam straight out of the can. So I did some research, and I'm really glad that I did.
All right, everybody. Well, I think I know of a way that's gonna make this more palatable.
Неплохо до того просмотра.
Turns out that while spam is a pre-cooked meat,
Во,
majority of
видите,
people
она
that
у них
eat
вот
spam eat it
такая.
cooked
У них вот такая вот ветчина.
with things like eggs
Она
and
прям в банке, они ее просто вот так вот достают, нарезают, либо просто жрут из банки.
rice, which unfortunately I wasn't able to do. But what I was able to do was change the consistency of it. Even though
Ой,
I was putting my
жареная,
trust in a
кстати,
few random
наверное,
strangers,
вкусненькая
I was
должна
willing to do
быть.
whatever it took to finish the spam. Because failing another challenge
Это
simply
как
wasn't
жареная
much.
докторская колбасочка.
The chocolate milk got me through all those salty nuts on day
Ух
one,
ты,
so I
блядь.
decided to use it as my beverage for this meal.
we all
Как
know
будто
how to use
куски
sugar.
кожи. Оно будто, знаешь, оно будто
And don't worry,
соевое.
alright, it's
Оно вот
1%
так выглядит.
slow fat. Just trying to wash my
Выглядит
finger.
натурально. Да-да-да-да-да-да-да.
To my complete and utter surprise, this fried spam completely blew me away.
That completely just changed the game. Wow. Wow.
I'm a big texture guy, so those
Вот,
crispy edges
лишнее подтверждение того, что если ты что-то пожаришь, оно станет вкуснее. Поэтому видос, который мы смотрели у Ванзая вчера, так делал вредный бургер должен был быть вкусным, но он сам его испортил, сука.
made a world of difference.
8 out of 10.
Even though the hickory smoked spam was incredible,
Hey, this is gluten free.
the sodium was starting to become
Ура, глутен-фри.
7 out of 10. Getting to the flavor I'm most excited about. We have the teriyaki spam.
Ну, сухой был пиздец. Но, я говорю, он фритюром все испортил под конец.
9 out of 10.
Он мог быть
Sensational.
нормальным.
Side note, I really wish I could try this. This looks really, really good. Spam and eggs. If you've had it before, let me know down below in the comments. 7 out of 10 on that one. Feels like a science.
А вы, кстати, у них
experiment going
ветчины
on
это
in my
разные
stomach
есть.
right now with all the sodium I've
Как же
eaten.
ему
After some
поконтрастить от
digestion time on
ложки?
the couch, I was happy
Смотри, бля. О, ты наша беременяшка. На каком месяце?
to see an empty inbox.
А у вас
Came back
кто,
a little
мальчик,
while later with
девочка
30
или
minutes left
спам?
in the day to finish off the last 3 cans.
Oven roasted turkey. This tastes like turkey bacon.
After finishing both the oven roasted turkey and the regular spam,
Бля, я
I
бы
got to
жареного
the flavor I
бекона
was
сейчас,
most curious
ой,
about, the maple spam.
с таким кайфом.
Wow, this stuff's amazing.
After finishing the spam, there was only one thing left to do before the day could officially end.
Ladies and gentlemen,
It's-
after today, I consider myself an expert in spam. And that's saying a lot coming from someone like me who has over 120,000
Потому
emails.
что деньги
sitting in
будет
his
вкусно.
inbox.
А там еще была какая-то вот коробочка, он открывал смоки, что-то там что-то копченое было. Мне кажется, оно тоже вкусное.
No, I'm not kidding.
Ёб твою мать.
Now, I saved this moment specifically for right now because I wanted to have something to look forward to.
Ай.
Pretty sick. I got an oven mitt
А,
from Red Baron.
Пицца
Oh, I got a
прислала
Red
ему
Baron. What is this?
варежку.
They gave me a bunch of free Red Baron's pizza slips. That is so awesome. Shout out to Red Baron for the free pizza.
И купоны.
I could only get a reply from Pop-Tart.
Который также изменился в фильме, да.
Well, no response from Pop-Tarts and the other 100 companies I messaged. I made the mistake of sending a bunch of companies follow-up messages when I first did
Бля, у него здесь притча, как у Васи, раз-два, кстати.
this challenge a few months ago. I won't be making that same mistake this time. I really do want that Pop-Tart though. Dear Pop-Tarts, it's my birthday soon, and I want your giant Pop-Tart to be my cake. Could you send me one? I'm filling with excitement just thinking about it. I wasn't lying. I am excited. I'm also very constipated. Hi there, can I get one tall iced coffee, please? I'm not gonna give you all full visual because this video probably wouldn't be allowed to be on YouTube if I did that, but it's been stopped up. Need a little help. Awesome, thanks so much. Have a good day. And no, I don't take cream or sugar with my coffee because I like it black.
Не знаю, непроходимость или трещина. Да не, я говорю, у него единственный плюс в том, что он этим постоянно занимается.
Should my breakfast be 50 or 75 Eggo waffles? Hopefully they reply. I really want some more.
100, блядь.
Only 99 waffles left.
Но они в сухомятку невкусные же
But
будут.
trying to eat 100 again while in the middle of a
На
7-day
английском,
eat?
потому что канал американский, и он делает контент на английском, и русских субтитров нет. Как канал называется? Eric the Electric.
Challenge was without a doubt going to be much harder for me. Syrup was my best friend.
I don't want
Ой-ой-ой.
anybody to panic, alright? Don't worry, the syrup is sugar-free. Come on, you didn't think I would actually use sugar-free syrup for the entire 100 waffles, did you? I dedicate
Ой-ой-ой.
this to all the beautiful people
Бля,
in
кленовый
Canada.
сироп, он такой вкусный, кстати. Бля.
As far as I was concerned, this challenge was going much better than I expected.
Бля, мне, кстати, нравится, у них, ну, у них же достаточно развита вот эта культура фастфудной, блядь, фастфудных приколов. У них овер дохуя всяких штук на заморозку, там, печеньки, вафли, в принципе, целые блюда для того, чтобы просто кинуть в микроволновку и разогреть. Особенно вафли, у них просто вафли, они в тостер их кладут, блядь, разогревают и едят. Охуенно же.
Goes better
Как он вообще
together
еще
than
жив?
waffles and coffee.
Непонятно.
It's even more
А у нас
delicious when you're
водка.
drinking it out of the
А
world's best
минусы?
coffee mug. Be sure to grab an iHeart Carbs mug along with all the other iHeart Carbs merchandise. Link in bio.
Before I knew it, I was already 1/3 of the way through the massive pile of waffles. But if I was going to make it through all 100, I was going to need more than just maple syrup.
Speaking of syrup, I knew I was gonna have to bring some back up to the party. One of the biggest mistakes I made when I
О,
did this challenge a few years ago
блядь!
was not coming prepared with enough syrup. So I got
Вот этот от Hershey's, он такой вкусный, сука. Я помню, он часто продавал, ну, раньше, по крайней мере, сейчас не знаю, продавался там в каком-нибудь перекрестке, он продавался в Ашане, но он стоит 800 или 900 рублей плюс-минус. Где твоя еда? У меня. Нам уже все приехало. Давно. Он такой вкусный, но он, сука, такой дорогой, блядь. Он прям самый случайный. Да.
some strawberry syrup.
There's nothing like strawberry syrup on an Eggo waffle. Or in my case, 15 Eggo waffles. But that was just the first combination. I had a few more tricks up my sleeve.
I also got some blueberry syrup.
Honestly, I'm more of
Если
a
он плохо
strawberry
стал
syrup kind of
мне.
guy, but this was a nice change for my taste buds. The last combo was the sole reason I grew up 50 pounds overweight.
Oh, and I also got some
Шоколадный
Hershey's.
просто рот
While
все
this
залить
did
до
taste
краев и не
legendary and I
жаловаться.
only had about 36 waffles left, I remembered that I could get another challenge at any
Не,
time.
вот от
And while it
Hershey's
was
вот
still
этот
new,
сироп, это
I knew
самый
that if I got
вкусный, который я
another Red Baron
пробовала.
size challenge and failed it, I most likely wouldn't get lucky like I did with the Skippy challenge. But after all the salt I'd eaten over the last few days, the sugar from these waffles was everything my taste buds wanted.
I have what looks like 10 waffles left. I could wait on this, but I'm not gonna take any chances. No more waffling around.
Бля, он еле дышит, бедолага.
But little did I know, the sweetness was just beginning.
That was a lot of sugar.
Халява.
Because the DM that showed up next took me by complete surprise.
Like this message, and I'll eat every Pillsbury cookie flavor in my grocery store. Bet you won't.
Well, Pillsbury liked my DM. Now it's time for me to find out how much I'm going to dislike myself after today is over.
Ну,
The good
сверхъемостные
news is that
зубы
Walmart
дорогие.
didn't have a
Да.
crazy amount of Pillsbury cookie flavors in stock. The bad news is that Pillsbury doesn't just sell
Подожди,
cookies
это
in the
просто
refrigerated
тесто
section.
или это
A
печеньки?
challenge is a challenge. And I had 3 more boxes of cookies to eat. But first I had to make the refrigerated ones. And while they didn't turn out like the pizzas from a few days
Это
ago,
тесто
they
для
did come out looking
печенек
rather
прям.
interesting.
Ёб твою
Even though I
мать.
was still sugared out from the last meal, I always get excited when I see new products from companies. So I decided that for this meal, I was gonna try something new.
I've decided to do something I've never done before in a video. I'm gonna be doing my first tier list.
To put it simply, a tier list is a ranking system. S being the highest, and F being the lowest.
Good old sugar cookies.
We all know sugar cookies are a classic. They've
Бля,
never
у них
been
же,
an
кстати, по-моему, в Америке продается, знаете, именно само тесто для печенья, которое можно в сыром виде жрать. Я не помню, как оно называется, какой оно было фирмы, но у них буквально есть вот такие штуки прям в банках. Бля, ну тесто для печенья, оно же правда вкусное, оно же римбовое.
absolute favorite of mine. So for that reason,
Не, оно там очень
I moved on to the
вкусное.
Oreo cookies next, which I was very excited about. These rang all my bells.
Now these are good, but they definitely need some milk.
Мне снимать не будет.
Dunking time,
Он прошлый
I'm
видос 3
definitely
месяца
more of a
назад
Sensei
выкладывал.
fan.
Там
Even
тоже
though that last
отходняк
statement could be
жесткий
taken in a
был.
completely different way. I got back to work on the rest of the Oreo cookies, but only a few minutes later, I heard the one sound I really did not want to hear.
Comment down below, are you team chewy cookie or are you team crispy cookie? There is no... It's 9 o'clock at night, man. Should my next meal be 250 Nutter Butters or the world's tallest Nutter Butter?
Ой, бля.
While this may have seemed like just another automated reply, it was the second DM I'd gotten from a company after 7 p.m.,
That was quite the scare, Nutter Butter.
which told me that anything could show up at any time over the next 72 hours, and I had to be prepared for it.
I'm gonna put those in A tier. They would be S tier if I was actually still coherent.
Бля, аж печенек сладеньких
To make things
захотелось.
worse, I was experiencing the
За одно
beginning
тесто
stages of
11
something
тысяч
we're
калорий.
all
А ты как
familiar
думал?
with, a sugar crash.
И это он только 2 пачки сожрал,
If you
бля.
made it up into this point in the video, drop a cookie emoji down below in the comments.
So after powering through these chocolate chip cookies, I knew what had to happen next.
Chocolate chip cookies are in S tier. Unfortunately, everybody, these are gonna have to...
Это за 3 пачки с
After attaching
тестом.
myself to my couch
А у
yet
него
again,
еще
I was happy
3.
to see an empty inbox. Now, all that was left for me to do was finish the last 3 mega-sized boxes of cookies. At this point, my taste buds were about as invested in this meal as I
Завезение.
am in
Ну,
a
да.
salad and an all-you-can-eat buffet.
А, подожди, это вместе с тем, что он ел до этого. Это с теми печеньками, да?
It tastes like a birthday cake. I'm surprised I can still taste that right now.
But with only
Я
3
чё-то
boxes
проебал
of
то, что
cookies
это
left, I
не
was
тот
almost
день.
at the finish line.
These are C tier. I am so unbelievably over sugar right now.
At this point, I felt like my pancreas was now Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, and it was working.
Ой, бля.
It tastes like sugar at this point.
Я обожаю такие печеньки. Особенно в кофеечек их еще макать.
I literally feel like I'm him right now. Pillsbury, if
Ай,
you'd like me
блядь.
to be your next spokesperson, you know where to find me. I have 1 package left, and there's no way I can continue right now.
Я вот попробовала, был
With how
юбилейный.
full I was at this
Мне
point,
от
I
Милка
knew that
нравится
failing another
очень.
challenge and having to double up
Вот
on
эти
another
песочное
meal would make
печенье
finishing
с
the 7-day
шоколадной
challenge
крошкой, разъёб.
impossible. After over an hour of recovery time, all that was standing in my way between victory and defeat was one final box of cookies.
Они вкусные прям.
My taste buds are so confused right now.
I gotta say, if I would have eaten these without having 100 Eggo waffles and 5,000 calories of cookies sitting in my stomach, they probably would have been my favorite.
I usually love the taste of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but right now, it's the last thing I want in my life.
Мне кажется, я максимум 1004 калорий смогла сожрать.
67,840.
Дальше я бы обрыгалась.
Kidding. I haven't eaten that much sugar, but it definitely feels like it. Ladies and gentlemen, I've made it past the halfway
Норма
point.
килокалорий
I'm at 3
2500.
The next morning, I checked to see if Pop-Tarts had messaged back. When I saw no response, I was ready to give up.
Поп-тарт
Until
его
I realized I was
игнорирует.
gonna get a second chance to get the Mega Pop-Tart.
Holy sh! They're doing another one?
Of all the days, it was not only today, but it was being released in less than 5 minutes. The footage you're about to see, I'm not proud of. But this is me spending the next 20 minutes trying to order the giant Pop-Tart on Pop-Tarts' website, which was about as functional as a sloth playing speed chess. After trying for another 10 minutes, I saw the one thing I was hoping I wouldn't see.
Скоро передоз. С сахаром, вероятно.
Why is this so difficult? I've looked everywhere. I've gone on eBay, I've gone on Facebook Marketplace, I've gone on every possible site to try to find this Pop-Tart so I can have an epic birthday cake this year. What you're about to see me do is pathetic, but I want a legendary birthday cake and I'm willing to do anything to get it. Just try
Он, короче, пытается залутать огромный поп-тарт.
any chance
Он
I
как
could get
торт,
one
блядь, типа
left
такой
over,
здоровенный.
be the best birthday present ever. Now that that's out of the way and I have no challenges in my inbox, I should probably do something productive today.
Поднятие сахара и холестерина. Так ему нормально, он
Leaving
привыкший.
me on red? Come on, Snickers, really? I thought we were friends.
I expected a DM to show up in my inbox within the next few hours. But when the late afternoon rolled around, I
Жрал
was
печенье.
surprised to see
Я
an
вам
empty
просто
inbox.
потом его
A few
видосы покажу, просто типа проскроллю, какие у него есть видео, вы охуеете.
hours later, I checked again and was even more surprised to see I still had nothing. But as
Антиреклама
nighttime
Поп-Тарт за то,
approached,
что
that was about to
игнорят.
change.
I'd
Реально.
like to eat a ridiculous amount of
Disrespect.
your candy. How many bags should it be?
Why is this so difficult? I just want the Pop Tart. My birthday is coming up, and I think your giant Pop Tart would make the perfect.
Чисто, блядь, всю
At this
личку
point,
им
I officially
засрал
gave up
уже,
my quest for the
блядь.
party pastry. I assumed I'd have another day of
Он
no
реально
challenges,
приваривает
but
это.
I
Да.
was very mistaken.
I'm kind of freaking out right now, everybody. Pop Tarts didn't reply, but a company equally
Он
as
периодически
big
говорит, типа,
and
бля.
equally as cool just did. I just can't remember what I said.
Моему
I
Толчкову был
ate
пиздец.
10,540 calories of Cinnamon Toast Crunch back in the day. Double tap this and I'll do it again. I promise. I won't flake out. Life is like
Блядь, а у
cereal.
нас же в России такие же
It's great at
продаются, я не
Until
помню,
you
как они
realize you're gonna
называются.
get it, there's no way out.
Они как-то по-другому... Блядь. Синеминис. Во, я вспомнила, это синеминис у нас. Это вот эти вот штуки. Сейчас, вы, наверное, видели. Вот они. Это вот эта вот штука. Они прикольные, кстати.
And that was pretty sad.
To eat
Они что ж
exactly
все болят? А хуй его знает.
10,540
Это на
calories of
завтрак?
Cinnamon
Да,
Toast
да, да, да,
Crunch,
да.
I had to be as precise as possible, which
Просто
is why I
молочком
brought out
заливается и все.
Oh my gosh.
Ёб твою
I was
мать.
genuinely worried that this bowl, which was actually an upside-down plastic container meant for
Бля, он же понимает, что он, ну, уже через минут 30 будет жижу просто есть, и состоящую из молока и синеминис.
massive cake, wasn't going to be big enough.
Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. All right. There we go, everybody. 2,638 grams is just around 10,540
Пиздец.
calories worth of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Чисто смотри, червячка. Блять.
And since it'd been almost 2 days since my last meal, I decided it was time to make things just a bit more interesting.
If I can beat my old record and get this down in under 37 minutes, then you gotta subscribe if you're not subscribed already. If I can't
же
finish this
размокнет.
in under 37
Ну, ему
minutes,
уже
then
даже
I'll
лучше.
automatically have to double the next challenge I get.
Once it hits 203, I'm gonna start.
I'm a big believer in breakfast being a hands-on experience.
А, нет, он жрет их сухими.
But in all seriousness, there was a reason why I was eating the cereal dry.
Все нормально.
Every single time I do giant cereal challenges, milk always tends to get everywhere.
I probably could have made this way less complicated by just eating this in separate bowls, but it definitely wouldn't have looked as cool.
After getting through the first few handfuls, it was finally time for the milk. I always enjoyed reading the back of the cereal boxes as a kid,
Ёбнешься.
but as an adult, it's a bit different.
There's 12 grams of sugar in one serving of this.
The wildest part is that this was just the
Бля, представьте просто, как сильно у него хуярит сердце от количества сахара, который он поглощает. Просто пиздец.
beginning,
16 grams of whole grain per serving.
because the next day and a half was going to be the craziest part of the week.
I'm 11 minutes in.
All my taste buds wanted was something bitter or savory.
Man, I really wish I would have remembered to buy coffee at the store.
И не только сердце,
And when I
да.
heard the sound I really didn't want to hear.
Should I eat 50 or 60 PB&Js for lunch? Thanks, Sarah Lee. I'll keep that in mind.
The sugar was wrecking my taste buds. I knew I needed salt ASAP, and that's when it finally hit me.
I feel like I just dumped a bottle of soy sauce on my tongue. This is gonna look weird, everybody, but you know what?
Что?
I gotta get some salt in.
I know it probably seems really weird to eat a spoonful of soy sauce,
Это ёбаный гений. У него просто, блядь, просто представьте, он сожрал 6900 килокалорий, блядь, сахарной хуйни, сладкой. У него сахара сейчас полон рот. Он пытается просто вкусовые сосочки свои взбодрить чуть-чуть, освежить. Поэтому он соевого соуса ебанул ложечку.
but the salt kicked my taste buds back into gear like getting hit with cold water when you thought it was warm.
All right, well, the good news is I can actually see the bottom now. The bad news is I feel like I've
Он
no longer on
гений.
planet Earth anymore.
With 2,000 calories of cereal and less than 15 minutes left, I used spoonfuls of soy sauce to get me through
Умно.
the sugary bite, but that was taking up valuable time.
Ну, это, короче, когда вы очень-очень приторное что-то жрете, прям вот, знаете, вот, или очень-очень соленое, и вам хочется вот сменить какой-то вкус во рту, потому что у вас постоянно, вот, не знаю, вы жрете какие-нибудь соленые снеки, там, сухарики, неважно, что там, что угодно, чипсы соленые, вы едите, у вас прям во рту соль, 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 у вас рот просто в ахуе находится, и вы такие, блядь, вот что-то бы сладенького сейчас бы сожрать, вот кока-колу запить, например, она же сахаром, она сладкая. Кока-колу выпили, и сразу полегче становится. Вот здесь такая же тема, только наоборот.
At this point, it was less about the sugar and more about me trying to forget about how painfully soggy this giant bowl of cereal had become. But only a few minutes
Блять, подождите, пока вспомнила. Пока не забыла. Я вспомнила, потому что нам передавали конфетки, и я нашла очень интересные конфетки, блять, среди всех этих конфеток. Смотрите, тут есть такая штука, называется Black Challenge. Экстремальный вкус в каждой третьей конфете. Тут экстремальные вкусы. Перец, васаби, супер кислый. Фруктовые вкусы: клубника, апельсин, ананас, яблоко, лимон и манго. Все конфеты черного цвета. Ща. Блять, я их смогу открыть хотя бы? Я просто сначала не посмотрела, что это за конфеты, я просто горсть их сожрала, поэтому у меня осталось их немного. Так, сейчас, погоди. Это что-то из нормального. Или нет? Почему оно острое? Оно было сначала кисло-сладким, потом острое. Непонятно, что это. Возможно, перец. Не мяу. Вот нормальный. Это лимонная. Тоже нормально. Да, блядь. Так проще. Сейчас, погодите, надо сына покормить.
minutes later, I finally saw a light at the end of the tunnel. I made sure to get every crumb I could see back in the bowl. And as soon as I saw that I only had a few minutes left, I knew that all I needed to do to finish this challenge was to pace myself.
Ladies and gentlemen, with 3 minutes to spare, that has been...
Он побил свой рекорд, кстати.
...worth of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That was very sweet. And it'd be even more sweet if you subscribed. If you're not subscribed already.
I took Apollo out for a walk a few hours later, and even though I was still drunk off sugar, I was so relieved to see an empty inbox. But unfortunately for me, I was about to hear from a company that I had hoped had forgotten about me.
Well, it looks like Hot
О,
Pockets
это как
didn't forget about me.
дотстеры. Hot Pockets это как дотстеры. Wasn't your surprise when you ran tomorrow night asking because it need to be refrigerated?
Okay, well, I guess they're definitely sending me Hot Pockets. I didn't give Red Baron my actual address, but it looks like I'm gonna have to give Hot Pockets my real address. Hopefully whoever's running the Hot Pockets account isn't a serial killer, because that wouldn't be good. My bad, that was my P.O. box. Here's my address. Looking forward to seeing what it is. Even though I'm kind of not looking forward to seeing
Ходит с Божьей
All I knew was
помощью,
that on
да.
the final day, I was going to be getting some Hot Pockets. I just hoped that if I got
Но
another
они реально выглядят как дотстеры такие маленькие.
challenge alongside the Hot Pockets, it would be something I could manage.
Ты пишешь, да, они у него опять адрес спрашивали.
It is 11:55. 5 minutes left in the day. I'm gonna check the DMs one last time.
I am so happy to see an empty inbox right now. Well, everybody, tomorrow is the final day, and all I gotta say is that if I do end up getting another brand in my inbox besides Hot
Hot
Pockets,
Pockets
for my
выглядит
own
норм,
sanity,
да.
I hope that it's nothing sweet.
Duncan Hines. Why can't I remember what I said to them? Looking to make a high-calorie dessert for my next eating challenge. How many boxes of your cake mix do you think should be in it?
Бля.
How many calories are even in
Бля.
8 boxes of cake?
Бля.
20,000 calories, or something like that.
Having to finish 20,000 plus calories of cake mix, along with whatever Hot Pockets was sending me, was going to be close to impossible. And if another DM showed up, this entire week-long challenge was as good as over. But all I could do at this point was focus on the challenge. in front of me.
8
And I couldn't try to
коробок
remember why I used the words high-calorie
замеса
dessert
для
instead of just saying looking to
тортиков.
make a high-calorie cake when DMing Duncan Hines. Until it finally hit me. This is the standard size for grocery store cupcakes now. Could these get any smaller?
Yeah, but do I really need?
Сука, гений. Ёб твою мать.
They are cool as.
You're about to witness me commit a crime. It's called legalized prostitution. I'm so dumb.
I reluctantly began to make 8 mega-sized cupcakes, and that's when I got the one thing I was waiting for the entire week.
I can't believe this is happening. I finally have a reply from Pop-Tarts.
Поп-тарт
I know we got to send you this
ответил!
pretty good preview, all right? Awesome.
Поп-тарт ответил!
Looking forward to seeing.
Бля, будто мне торт везут, а
Whatever
не
they
ему.
send me, obviously, it's not going to be today. I just hope it gets here before my birthday. These cupcakes are.
Рано или
gonna be
поздно ему
big.
станет очень плохо. Не, нормально. Ёб твою мать.
If I can get these 8 mega-sized cupcakes down before midnight tonight, then this challenge will be complete.
If I was going to finish these cupcakes and complete this challenge, I knew I was going to need a strategy. I was also going to need some napkins.
Блять.
Unfortunately, the only strategy I could use here was to pace myself. And to use the bitterness of the coffee to get through each sugary
Бля,
cupcake.
сколько ж там
That was actually
сахара,
pretty good.
ёб
This
твою
challenge won't be
мать.
so bad after all.
I instantly regretted that last statement as soon as I bit into the next cupcake. And after making it halfway through cupcake number 2, I came to the realization
после
that I
одного
was
плохо
gonna have to
стало.
come up with something.
Я
Because
бы
there was
сожрала
no way I was
один, ну,
finishing
за
all
один
8 of these
день.
cupcakes before
Всё.
The second cupcake is down.
The first thing I had to do
I'm already sugared out.
was fix the flavor fatigue.
I genuinely hope none of you try or
That's
attempt
soy
anything you
sauce.
see in these videos at home. Leave it to the trained professional idiots.
As I got into
Количество
cupcake number
люкс
3, I used
вершин.
spoonfuls of soy sauce to fight off the flavor fatigue. Each tablespoon of soy sauce hit my taste buds about as hard as a cannonball dive at a quiet pool party. But unfortunately, I was filling up very fast.
Бля, я клянусь, я бы от переизбытка сахара, я бы рыгать захотела. Потому что, знаете, у вас, наверное, тоже бывает такая хуйня. Вот вы можете иногда сожрать что-нибудь сладенького, но если сладкого прям переесть, вас потянет блевать от этого. Тихо. Не подым. Не подым. Блин, откуда у меня прыщи, так же я.
I wasn't even anywhere near the halfway point.
I feel like my blood is made up of literal frosting right now.
As much as I didn't want to admit it, I knew there was no way I was
Идет
finishing what was on my
сладкого
table
крема болеть
before
начинает.
I'm in dire need of something very important right now. So I'm
Знаете,
gonna
что
go
еще
try to
тяжело? То, что они у него пустые. Они у него без начинок.
get that, and also try not to think about the fact that I have something else that's supposed to show up today.
От 25 аж.
I feel like after this week, Walmart should.
Так что
I
нормально.
thought
Есть
getting out of
шансы
the house to
еще.
grab some milk would help take my mind off of things. But when I got back and saw
Беременна
the
16
table full of
вчера
cupcakes
было.
again, and also heard this noise,
Блять.
I remember there was just one thing I hadn't tried yet.
I'm about to do something downright diabolical, but desperate times
Бля, я бы на его месте, знаете, что сделала? Вы видели, короче, делают попкейки. Это берут бисквитное тесто, переминают с каким-нибудь кремом, там, например, с соусом шоколадным, либо с крем-чизом каким-нибудь, и формируют из них такие шарики. Я бы на его месте вот эти все тортики, которые у него есть, тоже перемяла нахуй и сидела бы их ела.
call for desperate measures.
Либо молочком еще залила. Во-во-во-во-во-во! Да, оно! Так тоже можно. О боже, блядь.
Breakfast of champions.
Что ты
All
сделал?
essential 9 minerals and vitamins.
Что ты, блядь, сделал?
Well,
Да
let's try
ладно,
a sip,
ну,
shall we?
выпить... Ну, кстати, выпить напиток гораздо проще, чем сожрать этот торт.
Yum. The next cupcake on my list was the red velvet flavor, which typically I really like when I have normally functioning taste buds. At this point, the sugar was clearly affecting
Бля, как
more
он
than
дышит
just my
еще, я не
digestion.
понимаю.
Halfway through our 5th cupcake, 4th.
And to make things worse, the cupcakes sitting for as long as they had been made them really dry. But just as I was starting to get momentum back again,
I feel like it's taking me 6,000 years to eat this cupcake.
I heard the second sound that I really didn't want to hear.
Это наверное. А хуй знает. Есть капкейк и запивать напитком из капкейка. Да.
Here I was expecting a Hot Pockets delivery man, but what was actually on my doorstep was a Walmart bag with Hot Pockets in it. I decided to set the Hot Pockets aside and shift my focus back to the gigantic cupcakes, which were only getting harder and harder to eat.
Тяжело.
Life right now. And to think that I actually thought this week would be a piece
Я
of
сейчас
cake.
один дошик
I
съел,
was
мне
only
очень
able to
тяжело,
make it
вот так же
halfway
он.
through the next cupcake before I
И он
decided
в
that
день
enough.
ел от 8 примерно до 20 тысяч калорий каждый день.
Was enough.
I can barely even sit at this table and look at these cupcakes anymore. It's
Ёб твою мать.
My stomach has a vein because I have so much food in it.
I laid on my couch for about another hour before trying to sit down again for round 3, which was just a bit too soon.
Всем пока, пойду сушиться, скоро приду обратно. Ты на это посмотрел и решил пойти сушиться?
I'd do anything for something savory, a burger, some potato chips, or some.
And that's when it hit me.
Oh, I completely forgot about that.
Ты реально ими еще решил закинуться? О боже, блядь.
all I gotta do is just get the last 2 cupcakes down.
Он, блядь, не в себе.
I got 21 minutes.
It's hard to put into words how disgustingly full I was in this moment, but I knew the only way I was going to be able to get the win was by using the Hot Pocket strategically to eat these cupcakes.
Win or lose, it is my birthday in a week. It would be the greatest birthday wish ever. If you give the video a like. Oh my sweet goodness, literally.
Мне кажется, если бы я, ну, вот так вот обожралась, и когда я, блядь, не, я бы не разговаривала вообще. Мне было бы страшно, что каждый раз, когда я открываю свой рот, чтобы что-то сказать, чтобы, знаете, еда обратно не полезла.
Because when I eat them, I can feel slightly better about my poor life choices. Knowing
Что
that there's
лифт
probably
наверх,
less
блядь.
than 1% fruit inside. These could have been the best strawberry cupcakes ever made, but I still would have wanted anything else in the world at this point.
Spicy garlic chicken and bacon.
Thankfully, these Hot Pockets were magical. For the first
Отстань
time in
от моего
days, it
чая,
felt like I was
сына.
right in the universe again.
That was the best thing I've ever eaten in my life.
Maybe I liked it a little too much. But with a little over 10 minutes left, I had to eat, and I had to eat quickly.
You know what's standing in my way? These 2 Hot Pockets.
Бля, я вам клянусь, у него самая мощная часть в его теле, блядь, это его челюсти. Столько перемалывать еды, это пиздец, это невозможно.
A little over 6 minutes left.
Наггетс. Тебе нельзя
I
пиццу
stuffed each
мою!
side of cupcake back like I was trying to win a
Отдай!
gold medal in questionable life
Уйди!
choices, until all that was left was just 1 cupcake quarter and 1 Hot Pocket. I grabbed the last piece of the cupcake like I was a quarterback throwing the winning touchdown pass. And even though each bite was torture, with a little over 1 minute remaining in the entire challenge, victory was mine.
Пиздец.
But this challenge wasn't fully complete until it was midnight.
I'm assuming no more DMs are gonna come in, but I'll wait anyways.
As the clock struck midnight and I saw no more DMs had come through, the only thing running through my mind was what Pop-Tarts was gonna be sending me.
Ты покушал? Ты покушал.
Happy birthday, Eric. Sorry we couldn't save you a party pastry. We hope you enjoy these instead. You've got to be kidding me.
Вот, а теперь я показываю, что он вообще в своем, блядь,
This is what
так
the
скажем, блоге делает. I serve the biggest daily diet in NFL history. I survived the world's heaviest woman's daily diet. Вот это breakfast, например.
This is what the world's
У самого тяжелого мужика в мире. Вот это его breakfast. Пару слов о его брекфасте. Нет, не его брекфаст, типа это вот у мужика, который тут на фоне, на превьюхе. Вот, и теперь посмотрите на, ну, на то, как часто он выпускает видосы. Месяц назад, 4 месяца назад, 8 месяцев назад, 10 месяцев назад. Чел просто переваривает, блядь, все это время.